Yeah, hello everybody. Today I proudly present SW15S, simply pronounced as Swiss. And Swiss offers an alternative firmware for the HB15 replica DM15 or DM15L of Swissmicros. Swiss is the successor of Desk15, maybe you know it, but it was completely redesigned from scratch and is now smaller, faster and much more accurate. Swiss offers in total 18 applications, which I'd like to briefly touch upon. The first and most important application is of course the calculator calc, but before I go to calc, I would like to show you how programming is done. It's the fourth way, and therefore you get a memory editor, and started with 6. So here in the memory editor where you can create new programs or edit one of the 180 built-in programs. So you can browse the programs, and I would like to show you how to edit a special program called FNA, which we need later in calc. So if you want to edit FNA, press 5. And now you are in the line editor, and in the line editor you can edit characters. So there is a backspace, and if I press square root, I can delete the T. Now you are in the keypad mode, but you can also go to the cursor pad mode for the keyboard with double F. See the cursor pad, where you can, for instance, with 5, insert a blank, go down to 2, insert another blank, I think you got it, and insert a minus, and that's the function which I want to work on. But there's also a third keyboard mode, that's the QWERTY keyboard. Press F twice, see it here, where you have some kind of QWERTY keyboard. But let's finish this. You see FNA has now the program square to minus. So let's leave mat and go to calc. Here you can calculate normal, like it's a normal calculator, maybe 22, 7 divide. You can do it in 2 lines. You can do it even in hexadecimal. And now it comes to FNA. With FA you choose or select the FNA function as standard function, and I can calculate FNA like 5 now here, or find the root with solve, or I can even know it, plot these functions between these x and y limits. So I think that's all for calc. There is a symbolic calculator called command where you can, wrong keyboard, where you can calculate in the editor some numbers and see the result in the second line. But you can also edit this line, and I think you got it what command can do. The third one is the spreadsheet rec. Let's edit the first cell, and you're in the line editor now. Let's do some number or pi. That's the first cell, and for instance I would like to go in this cell and make a reference, recall to this cell, and maybe I would like to double this value. Okay, that's the spreadsheet. A tabletop calculator to calculate real large numbers. and you can do this in hexadecimal 2, or you can even add up to 3 decimal places. The next one is a special one, CPU. You can that can simulate a small CPU, a small computer, where you have a memory, 64 bytes, and you can enter here some commands. This ends at 2 and run this, and you have an accumulator and a register, and now it runs the program, and the accumulator is loaded with the number, hex number 53. Okay, you can play around with this. The next menu is the F menu, and here you have a text editor node where you can edit small texts or a to-do list or a shopping list or something else. Date is a calendar. Okay, the next one is time. This is a world time clock. Maybe you are in Paris and want to know the time in New York City, or on the other hand, the time in Tokyo. Okay, that's the world time. The next one is mark, where you can mark some scores, whatever, but you can always switch between 2 and 5 scores. The next one is E6B, the flight planning calculator, which uses, for instance, some fuel calculations, and this one uses the spreadsheet rec, and here you can enter some values, and here's for instance, the formula to calculate something. Okay, that comes very handy for pilots. The next one is the blood glucose calculator, sugar, and here you can choose some food, for instance 2 slices of pizza and 1 beer, and you can see you have to inject 6.2 units of insulin now, and in 3 hours another injection with 4 units. But you can also go to the blood glucose value that you have now, and the target is, for instance, 90, and the rate of decrease is 50, and the last injection was 3 units 2 hours ago, and here now you see the new results. You have to inject 4.5 units now and 4 units in 3 hours. Okay, that's in a short the sugar application. The next one is an ASCII table, very simple. You see the ASCII keys. The next one is much better. It's a periodic table of elements. Here you see the elements. You can go in alphabetical order or something else. You see the number, the symbol, the group, the period and the main group, the electronegative, the valency electrons, the weight, the boiling point in Kelvin, the melting point, the boiling point, that's the electronegativity, and last but not least, the density of this element. Okay, the next one is D and Y, very easy, differentials and integrals. You can see from some functions the integrals and how to decline it. The next one is, you know it, the rule, where you can calculate with a slide rule. For instance, 6 divided by 3 equals 2, or 2 times 3 equals 6, 2 times 4 equals 8, and so on. That's more for fun. And the last one is an addictive 2048 game. It's not so easy in 2 lines, but I think you get it, what it's going to do. The last menu point is the setting, where you can set the hardware, the off time in seconds, if you want a key click or not, you can set the date or time, the LCD brightness, and last but not least, make a factory reset, like this. Okay, I think that's all briefly now, and have fun with these applications, and thank you and bye-bye.